That over there.
Oh, hey,
Hey, there we are. We're on screen.
Oh, shit.
hi.
Oh. That's fine. We cute.
Hello.
We're here now.
Me pissed.
I was showering.
Cats. Anyways.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Trial by Sea.
I thought you were going to say trial by air, and I don't know why.
Trial by air. Just try again.
Anyways.
So, anyway, welcome to Trial by Sea. This is a 4-part D&D 5e actual play. I am Tanner, your dungeon master. And we'll go ahead and introduce everyone in Discord order, so that way everyone knows who you are. So, CB.
Would you like me to introduce myself and leave character stuff off for now, or what do you want me to say?
You can introduce yourself and your character. Just leave descriptions for later.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as the Critical Bard. He, they pronouns, Critical Bard across all social media channels. I'm an active vocalist, tabletop professional, hot mess incarnate, jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them. And today, I will be playing Agwè. Their pronouns are he, him. They are someone who you will meet very soon. That's all I'm going to say about them. Should I pass it off to somebody, or you got it?
Ivy will be next, because we're just going to do Discord order.
Amazing. Hello, I'm Ivy. My pronouns are she, her. I'm Gamer the Girl everywhere else that you can possibly find me on my personal accounts. Dice Cream Sandwich is where I DM, and then I'm all over with the Crit Awards. So, just depends on the day that you catch me. I'm playing Ashara, or Ash for short, and her pronouns are she, her. I'll pass it off to Noah.
Hello, my name is Nova Killing. I'm a content creator, actor, and residential lumberjack. I am going to be playing a sweet little boy named Tápholl, or Toph for short, with pronouns he, him.
Hello, I'm Smallbird Lex. You can find me at Smallbird Lex and Smallbird Art, she, they pronouns. I am going to be playing Nitrak, a bugbear fighter, which is definitely not just a different font of a Furbolg barbarian. Don't at me. That's me.
Okay. And I'm Tanner, or Mithril Warlock. I exist on the internet sometimes.
Sometime.
And I believe there's nothing else we really have to mention before we get started.
We say thank Foreteller?
Yeah, thank Foreteller. Thank you for Foreteller for hosting this. Hope it goes well. I'm sure we're all going to enjoy this. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so without further ado, we find ourselves in the land of the dead, a barren realm with an endless night sky, where thousands of ghosts are standing in a seemingly endless line. The ghosts vary in appearance and demeanor, some adorned in regal attire and others in tattered rags, all bound by a shared destiny of seeking judgment from the arbiters of death. The line weaves through the shadowy realm and otherworldly crossroads where the recently departed await a verdict from the arbiters. The monotony of the spectral figures is broken up by a small group of individuals who seem to still have their physical bodies. As you all wait in line, your memories of how you arrived here remain frustratingly elusive. Like a fragment of a dream slipping through your fingers, the mere recollection of your life of just before this moment feels like a distant echo. All you can remember is a storm, a violent storm destroying everything in its path. Occasionally, the line shifts forward as the arbiters beckon spirits to approach, and as you all wait for your turn, waiting for the arbiters to be ready to speak with you, You feel as your awareness slowly returns. You are no longer mindless specters waiting in line for judgment. You are now aware of yourselves, you are aware of where you are, and you are aware of the others in line who all still have their bodies as well. What would you all like to do as you stand here in line, aware of who you are?
Can we get a vibe of the general surroundings? Like, is there a way to step away? Like, is there people that are securing this area where we need to?
It is just a
feel
line of
stealthy?
ghosts. Every single ghost seems to just know what to be doing, and up until a moment ago, you were in the same boat. You just knew, stand in line, wait for my turn. But now you're aware, and you're free to just move around in this line. The whole thing is just barren plains and endless night sky, and this seemingly endless line.
You'll see someone with darker skin, but cool toned, cooler in nature. They seem to be wearing some type of armor that's made out of it's an interesting metal, because most metals are, golds and silvers and things of that nature, but this clearly takes on more of a sea foamy, minty tone, though it feels or seems natural. A couple of pieces of harder blue crab or things of that nature, carapaces in certain areas to act as more reinforcements to the armor that they wear. Some kind of half seaweed but almost translucent-esque cape kind of flowing off the back of their body. Their waist also adorned with a mixture of these very iridescent soft light fabrics. The seaweed kind of mixed about that. On their arms you see these long what seems to be stripes of lightning or electricity or something etched into their skin, but it doesn't seem to be glowing as if it has a power in itself, perhaps some kind of inlaid marking or something born upon their skin. Their hair is pretty long, kind of goes to right below the shoulder, kind of flowing. It's almost as if they're in water right now, but not. And it's a nice white, silver, minty green. Their eyes are pretty soft, pale green as well. They look right now, if anything, intent and worried as they begin to scan for another body or another person that they should be with right now. The question is, I don't know if they're there or not. I hope they are.
They are.
Okay.
They're there with you if you want to describe.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm. I don't listen.
Maybe
I don't
went up real quick.
Hold on.
What form do you think they arrived here in?
Most likely their humanoid form.
Okay. So if you want to describe that, they would be just a few people behind you in line.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's probably an individual. They have a very light pale gray skin tone. Pretty, for lack of a better word, perfect. There doesn't seem to be any blemishes, anything of that nature. They have burnt orange ish locks that are moving. They're kind of flowing back, probably pulled up into a ponytail, or probably not at this moment because whatever the heck happened. They seem to be wearing a blue Henley type of shirt, some pants, and some wrappings around their feet. No shoes. I also note that I don't have shoes on as well. And these bright, vibrant blue eyes. And he immediately turns to this individual and starts speaking in Draconic to them to make sure they're okay, make sure everything's fine, and becking them to be next to them versus staying in the back, because no. Meanwhile, kind of scanning and seeing why are other people not as dead or what has happened, just trying to get the lay of the land with these folk.
I just love the sentence "not as dead." It's just a very good sentence.
Only mostly dead.
Only mostly dead.
Mostly
Which
dead.
means partially alive.
Yes.
So who wants to be seen by CV's character first?
I will say I don't think Ashara's hiding. I don't think that she's.
Okay. So go ahead and introduce Ashara.
Yeah,
And what
I
she looks like.
Yeah, so Ashara is a very pretty genasi. She's a fire genasi. It looks like she's taken a lot of care into her makeup, where she has put heavy eyeliner and highlights. She has taken much care in her appearance. Her hair is black and comes down in waves, as there's red that is just a little bit brighter than the rest of her hair coming out from the roots of her hairline. She is wearing a black flowy dress, very kind of like low cut and plunging, as if she was bathing out in the sun, would be kind of the vibes. Very lightweight fabric, but she's wearing boots and these yellow tinted eyes as she's looking around with a look of confusion, like she's scanning for someone else, but just looks lost. Yeah, that's the short story.
I think the person you would be scanning for died at almost the same moment as you, so they'd be relatively close in line.
I think she clocks eyes and makes and then doesn't say anything and looks around to see if there's anybody else who's behaving strangely.
So you'll clock eyes with Noah's character, but then you'll also see CB's character up ahead of you.
Yes, I think
Noah, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah, so I also lock eyes with Ashara or Ash and just quickly look away. What you see is a very plain-looking water genasi, as simple as that could be. His hair is flowing like water, but still somehow has seaweed, and it's unkept. He's not very. He doesn't really care for his appearances. He's got tattered a tunic on and just regular trousers and a nice bright yellow band that's been bleached by the sun, wrapped around to kind of keep his hair away from his eyes. Around him, he's got a large belt that kind of just holds everything together, and with a large spear on his back that has pieces from sea creatures, like a crab claw, and then you see other sea life to bind it, like rope made out of the foliage and all that. So yeah, his skin color is almost as blue as the water. So yeah.
And I'll say standing directly behind your character is Lexi's character. There's not even any other ghosts. It's just Lexi's character.
With the end of the line?
You can't
nope, there's more ghosts behind.
Okay.
It just happened to be.
You can't see them all because tall and beefcake. So it's just this one person behind you. Nitrak's about almost 7 feet tall. They're very beefy. They have medium-toned skin and brown fur all over, bits looking like a beard. It's nicely kept. It's not raggedy fur. It's very nice. She has lots of leathers and not really nice fabrics, but just you can tell that she spent a decent amount of money on making sure that she bought clothes that will last. They're not fancy, they're well done. So she's got nice fabrics, good leathers, and nice ornate looking armor that has seen better days just from wear and tear of being used to protect them from shit that they've gone through. And a broken in half sword on her side. The front half of the sword is just gone. You just see the other half of it. And bright blue eyes with black scaleras. She has looks like a lightning mark on her face, down her entire half of her face that's purple, from what looks like some kind of eldritch blast or some kind of magical attack that just full force on the face. But she lived, so it's fine. Maybe. It's we don't know if that's how they died, you know?
Who knows? So yeah, Agwè, you see these 3 other individuals as you look around.
I think honestly, the first thing he begins to speak is in Primordial.
Instantly, eyes clock. Instantly, just a little, what?
Because Common is not their first language. But you'll see them begin to speak in primordial, like looking around. What is this place? Who are you and why are we here?
Ashara would respond back in primordial. And do we have an understanding of, like, this is the afterlife, or does this very much seem like I have no idea where we've ended up? How spooky do the other ghosts look?
Very spooky, very ghostly,
Okay.
and it's kind of in your gut that you can feel like this would be the land of the dead.
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't have the direct knowledge that it is, but like you can kind of feel it.
Sure. Yeah, I think
some of
Ashara
them look like the undead army from the Black Cauldron.
I know
Yes.
exactly what you're talking about. I think, yeah, Ashara would look to this very, like, interesting looking person that she doesn't know, that's speaking primordial and asking questions and respond back in kind of, I think we're dead.
That cannot be. No, we are not dead. Why do you believe such a thing? You can tell that, like, he is focused elsewhere. The person next to him is just clocking every single undead and basically looking at Agwè like, for real? Like, contest clues, my guy.
Hello.
Cool.
I think we are, which is not bode well for any of us. But why are we conscious?
At this point, I would kind of like lean my head over, go, wait, you think we're dead? No. I'm with him. I don't think we're dead.
In primordial?
Primordial.
Nitrak just.
I think that
Who are these people?
Ashara would look past this person who's like, no, I'm with him, we're not dead, and be like, try to focus and see if you're also like more awake than the rest of these individuals seem to be. And so we'll then switch to common, be like, you too?
She kind of like smiles a little bit, like, I think
Okay.
you got me, yeah. Starts talking in deep speech.
I don't speak deep speech. So that's for you.
He starts saying, like,
I speak common, elvish, and primordial at the moment.
she's just kind of like
Language
testing
barriers,
like,
the best
think
part
I'm
of D&D.
I think I'm supposed to have something else, but I don't think I picked it. I don't know. I'll look at it later. But either way, that's what I speak right now.
Okay.
Can I, one more time, just look around and see what the line we're leading towards is again?
So the line is just very slowly moving forward. And if you were to like look off into the distance, you would see this large stone wall that leads through the portcullis. The line leads through the portcullis of this large stone wall that leads to a city. And that is where the arbiters are. And you guys kind of have that innate knowledge of that's where you go to be judged and to be sent to your true afterlife.
Uh-huh.
What's behind us? Is it just more barren wasteland with more people?
It's more barren wasteland and just miles and miles of ghosts.
I think Ashara's like turning, like swiveling her head to look at the back of the, like trying to find the back of the line, and swiveling back to the city, and then looking to the rest of you like, so what now?
And how far did you say this? It seems like the
The
line's
city?
going somewhere. Yeah, the city.
The line's going towards the city. I'll say it's a mile away at this point. So you guys can like walk ahead of the line and eventually make it there. Or you guys can just wait in line.
Oh, we just wait.
Do we want to cut in line? Is that...
Nitrak
The
probably
ghosts
would've
won't
just
stop.
started.
So as you guys have been like conversing and like kind of moving around, the ghosts have not had any kind of interaction with you all.
That's fair.
Well, I'll go ahead.
No, you go for it.
You sure?
Fine, I'll go. Okay. I think it would be a better idea if we sped this process up a bit. I want to know what's going on here. I don't like just sitting here. And also, why are we here? Why aren't they here like we are? What's going on here?
The short one is right.
That's the face I make. No response.
Agwè is listening, but also is just kind of over this. Looking at the individual, and then says, "Are you good?" He's trying to he starts to just scan Levi up and down just to see if they have anything hurt. If they are hurt in any way, shape, or form, they seem okay. There's almost like a fatherly vibe for a moment over Levi.
Just looking up and down Levi, there's no sorts of cuts or bruises. They seem to have healed as you guys came here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same if you guys check yourselves. There's no fresh evidence of any injuries.
Okay.
Long-lasting scars are obviously still there, but nothing fresh is there.
All right. Then I look at Levi and I say, then we must figure out what is going on so we can get back home. Levi nods, takes a step out of the line, looks back at the line, takes 5 more steps out of line, and then their body begins to almost turn into pure liquid, like a silhouette of a person, but just liquid. And then that liquid begins to expand and shift and kind of turn and pull, and suddenly it elongates, and you start to see scales. You start to see almost coral and leaves and such. Not leaves, but seaweed and that nature, almost like that vibe. And before long, kelp. Thank you. And before long, you see this seahorse elongated like a dragon, large in size, appear where Levi once was, and Agwè literally hops onto their back as Levi begins to rise up. And I should note that I'm going to flip my hand, and you're going to see almost the same kind of watery vibe kind of appear, but a long spear with some couple of prongs is the shape before it turns into a very elegant green and gold trident that they store in their back.
Is a slack jawed. She has no idea what is happening, but she's pretty sure that this is a god. She is so certain. She's why
Poseidon Eleganza, let's go.
Why is this god in the same place that mortals are? Weird. She is this is a deity of some sort. Okay. And it's just bewildered, but she steps out of line as well, where she's I don't really want to be in this line with a bunch of other dead people who don't seem to be conscious. That's weird. And so she steps out of line.
Fair. And I'm in our own personal chat. I'm just gonna put inspiration for the dragon, so you get the vibe of what they look like.
I'm gonna turn.
As each of you step out of line, you will notice that the ghost step forward to take your spots.
You know what? At least they're efficient. I'm basically going to look at the other two that I've been conversing with and shrug. So are we walking?
Yeah, I look at near is Lena. How do I say your name again, Lexi?
Nitrak, like
Nitrak?
a dragon, like your knees.
Nitrak.
Like your knees.
Like the knees. Nitrak.
I look over. I look up at your character because apparently I'm tiny.
You're smaller than she
Everyone's
is.
tiny when you're
Well, I know that.
feet.
They are.
I'm only 5'5" Anyway, I look up
Love
and go,
it.
well, let's go, I guess. In common.
Onward and upward, I guess.
Do I get the vibe? I have a passive insight of 18. Do I get the vibe that this group is just as confused and lost as I am, and not like the other ghost here? I need that's an obvious answer, but I have to ask.
Vibe check.
Based on two separate things.
Mhm.
First, based on just the physical appearance of these other individuals compared to all the ghosts, you know that they're out of place here, just like you are. And general vibes that you're picking up is just confusion.
I love Europe. Then, and you see that the dragon does not have wings. I want to point that out. They're almost like a sea serpent in the air.
Love.
Just like always, just kind of like floating. And they look down at Tápholl and Nitrak and Ashara. It would seem it would be pertinent that we stick together. I do not know what this place is, but clearly the three of you are the only other ones that have your physicality still, which means you're different.
Nitrak swiping her hand through the ghostly heads.
They just kind of like dissipate like mist and then slowly reform back.
Oh my god.
And then just as you go back through, it just happens again.
Then she pats Tápholl's head. Just
It does the same. No.
That was terrifying.
Ow.
sorry.
As they start walking, I slowly, I hesitantly go to poke one of the ghosts in the face and then get scared and just keep going.
That one instantly turns and yells at you. No.
Consent, please!
It's so funny.
Got the one.
Ashara just kind of shrugs and I guess we go to the city then. Not much else out here to go see, I suppose. Anybody have any reason as to why this may be happening to us? Like, not the whole death thing, but like the consciousness thing. And she just kind of like gestures.
Just
Because
lucky,
we're
I
cool. Oh, yeah.
I don't think being cool has anything to do with it.
My gut feeling is that we do not deserve to be here. And he just starts to go.
Okay.
He's so cool.
Yeah, no, Ashara's like, he is a deity. I am convinced. A demigod something. Like, I don't think she's ever seen anybody with a creature of this sort ever, or a creature similar to it. So she's like, yeah, must be. Yep. Ancient deity. I don't know what he's doing here. Weird. And she'll
No,
just
you could kill those.
yeah. Didn't know they died and went here. Weird. Yeah. And she'll.
Did Nitrak say that out loud?
We're just in the back behind you, mothering to each other. Is that a god?
I do gotta pass the perception of 22, so he's asking. He's asking.
I think
I'd like to meet what killed them.
I think there is like a little bit of mothering between them. Of, is he a deity? Like, has anybody seen a creature like that? Weird.
I saw something similar once, but
As we
more talkative.
as we continue forward towards the city, I call out to Agwè and I can you do what your friend does too, or and I like point to the the giant dragon you're sitting upon.
For a moment, he's quiet. He doesn't respond, but eventually he does like look over. No, I do not have the ability to transform.
Oh. I do a little, but it's not like that big. That's crazy. I gotta talk to them sometime.
If they choose to speak to you, then so be it.
Cool.
It's like a little.
Or something.
Yeah, Shara's just shaking her head slightly. Just again.
Friend of yours.
She keeps walking. That's the only response you get.
They do take me.
Yes.
I'll go ahead.
No, you go for it.
I will say that while Agwè kind of turns and focuses, I do think the dragon, whose name is Levi, Levi does like his gaze lingers on you for a moment, Tápholl, kind of taking you in, can clearly pick up that you are something of water, something of the sea, and there's almost like a little small like childish grin.
Aww.
But then no, turn back.
I like as they turn back, I go to wave and then notice they're not looking at me.
Jesus.
Just that awkward, like, oh, it's too late now.
No. As we're walking, I don't think we even introduced ourselves. So hi, I'm Toph, guys.
Tough Guys is a weird name.
No, remove the guys. Just Toph. Just Toph.
Nitrak.
Ashara.
I am Prince Agwè.
I knew it! It's all-
I instantly bow. Whether
Don't
you're
do that.
looking.
Just shakes his head.
Wrong kind of print. Okay.
Ashara feels a little bit like I knew something was up. So like, cool.
They're not gonna, Daenerys Stormborn you all. Just give them all the titles because they have them, but they're not gonna give them all the titles right now.
Although Ashara is like, she
Not
is
that
so
much.
happy with like having gotten something of yes, I was correct. Like there was something up, so she's pleased with that. As we're walking, do we see anything in this wasteland, like any movement, anything other than this line, or is it just this?
Make a perception check.
First roll in the game!
Let's
roll in the
roll!
game!
All right, I have a good perception. So,
So you say that out loud.
16 plus 5. Yeah, I was gonna say you've got a better perception.
21.
Yes, 21.
Okay. So, as you look around for any kind of movement, like first you're scanning just the plains, which is just full of these specters all waiting in line, looping back and forth for eternity, you would imagine. But as you look up towards the dark sky, every once in a while you'll notice a star will fade out of existence for a brief moment before reappearing, as shadows are kind of gliding around in the sky. Every once in a while blocking out the light from these stars.
Just shadows, like no form, no figure, just shadow.
Based on just it's dark against dark, it's very hard to make out the shape.
Yeah.
So you can't really fully get the form, but it's some form of shadows moving across the sky.
Follow up. If we're in this like ever expanding void, essentially, the stars, do they look like regular constellations? Am I able to pick out anything that I would normally navigate with or recognize?
Do you have proficiency in like navigator's tools or something?
No.
No.
Then go ahead and make. I'll say a survival check.
That's
Survival.
actually funny.
No.
Yeah, I'll go with the survival
for
check.
All right, let's see. As a 17 plus 6, 23.
Okay. So you've navigated by stars at some point in your life. It's not something you're really good at, but it's something you've done before.
Rip.
These stars don't form constellations. They just pattern throughout the sky. There's nothing recognizable throughout all of it.
Interesting. Okay.
That's cute.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you guys arrive at the city?
Honestly, Agwè's just moving. You can tell that he has intent. Not really letting all the other outside phenomena derail what he needs to do. Right now, he feels like he needs to get. If that's the destination, that's where he and Levi are going. I think Levi is definitely one like, hey.
Levi taking in
just-
all the surroundings.
Yeah. Levi is himbo. I'm telling you all that
Mhm.
right now.
Perfect.
So, but yeah, Agwè is focused.
The only thing that Ashara would try as they're walking, like she doesn't like veer off the path, but she would at least try to see if she can cast. She at the very least would try to produce flame just to see if she can do anything, if there's magic here or if she is defenseless. So she just kind of does a little test.
You are able to cast magic,
Okay.
no problem, but it
Sure.
just feels off to you.
Mm, I don't like that.
Just an uncanny feeling like this isn't what
Natural?
I'm used to. Yeah.
Like it feels unnatural to me now. Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. So that's
It's kind of like going into a place with a drastically different humidity than you were just before. Just that kind of weird wave of feeling.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, she lets it disintegrate in her hands. Gets kind of a on her face. Magic is weird here.
Follow-up question. Did anything or anyone react, like any of the souls react when Ash casted that produce flame? No?
Nope.
Cool.
All these ghosts are seemingly mindless right now.
Great.
They're
Jack's
just
putting her
waiting in
sword through
line
them as she's
for
walking.
their
Just-
yeah,
It's like, I hit one,
just
no.
slashing through them.
I just love that you're just walking like
Like a fence.
yeah.
It's the easiest way to test, you know? She's trying to see if there's another solid person in line. So
She just smacked him upside the head.
oh, sorry.
Every once in a while, accidentally smacking the Toph.
God, I'm on the other side of you. How did you?
Sorry. Long
Why?
wingspan.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot.
And I'll say every now and then you all will notice that Agwè and Levi get a little farther from you, but then like they like stop and like slow down just to catch up, let you catch up, and then
Like
they keep
double
going.
timed.
And from that you probably can gather that Levi can go a lot faster if they chose to, but they're like remembering to slow down.
Ashara gleams from that, not that you're going faster, but that you're used to working alone. And so she's like, so as soon as you do it, she's like, that is what she recognizes, and then keeps walking. She's like, I see.
Not used to waiting for people.
That's exactly what she's realized. Is,
Like-
okay.
Same
And she
dude.
keeps walking. Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
So I'll say that you all eventually reach the gates of the city. And as you guys walk through the city, it's a full city. It's just completely empty, other than this line that eventually leads to some sort of thing at the center, like an amphitheater at the center. And I'm assuming you all head in there without question.
Oh, well, I don't know without question.
Or are you going to look
there's
for
a
a
mini
house?
question.
I think
Yeah.
that's definitely a level of as we're getting closer and we start to see that this amphitheater is kind of open space. He's going to just kind of grab his trident for a moment, and Levi is like on autopilot essentially. He just kind of like looks at it, and there's like he's definitely giving it a look of perhaps reverence or something, or perhaps concern, but he just kind of like glides his fingers all over it for a moment before stowing it back. Kind of definitely much more focused now, as then he goes straight through.
Okay. Anyone else going to do anything before they enter the amphitheater?
Just blindly.
I hope.
What's in here? Ooh.
As they're blindly walking, I'm looking just at these buildings. Are they fake? Are these fake buildings where the windows look fake, the doors look fake? Like, is this put to give a semblance that this was a city? Like, is this all not real?
If you reach out to like even touch like any of the stone, it is solid.
Okay.
If you look into the windows, it is abandoned buildings,
Okay.
bakeries with empty racks, tailor shops that are just abandoned. Like
Okay.
this was a full city at some point, but it was just turned into a ghost town for the best.
Literally.
Literally. That's
Okay,
the
cool.
best way to describe it.
I just wanted to make sure of that. Once I'm satisfied with that, of looking in this building, like peering in, looking, I'll follow with the rest of the group.
Okay.
It's the amphitheater.
Yep.
Nitrak would probably try to go in like sneakily, like slowly, just in case things are like watching for anyone skipping lines and stuff. She'd probably like try to duck a little bit and notice that she's like hugging the shadows a little more. Just
Chile. As we get into the amphitheater, well, I guess I'll let you describe what it is, but Levi will do something as we get inside.
Okay. So as you guys enter into the amphitheater, it's just this open area where there are several thrones that sit atop pillars of topaz. Hooded figures with silver masks just kind of sit there, ready to judge any spirit who comes in. And there are crystalline orbs floating around, each representing a different afterlife that the specters would then travel onto. This is sort of a in-between plane of existence, where you would go right after death, but before you reach your final afterlife. That's what you guys can initially see, like at the gates of the amphitheater. So if there's anything you want to do before you are noticed by these figures.
I mean, I don't know if well, I'm definitely not stealthing. I'll say that. And there's a large dragon serpent. So I don't think it's
just
less
roll
about.
stealth. It's fine.
I could. I have a great stealth, but no, I don't think that's really the case. Because he's not angry, but you can tell he's like, "What is this? This is a game that I didn't sign up for. My father will hear about this." Like that vibe. But as he gets closer, starting to see like some things, but not a lot. There's gonna be like almost seems like a mist or like a fog that is shot out of, like kind of spews out of the nostrils of Levi. But as it comes out, it like dissipates immediately. But something is still moving forward. I'm going to use a dragon maneuver point to as a bonus action to scan the area. Any invisible or hidden creatures within 60 feet are revealed.
Okay.
He just wants to get more of a, like, there's a lot, but what are we not seeing right now?
So as you search the area, like the 60 feet, there is nothing invisible to you. This is a very open space, and there doesn't seem to be a lot hidden from view.
Okay. If he doesn't see anything else and it's just these people, these specters, these, masked people things, you could go right in.
Okay. Anyone else going to do anything, or are you all heading in?
I think I'm heading in.
behind him.
Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with my little sneaking around to see if these buildings are real, so I will follow.
Nitrak's still sneaking in slow. I don't know if you want me to do a stealth check or anything, but
You can make a stealth check if you'd like.
Stealthy.
stealthy. How's that 21 sound?
Ooh.
Pretty sneaky.
Yeah.
Agwè can still see you.
Agwè, you're just like sneaking around. This is the best thing.
Just confused.
So as you all enter into this amphitheater and approach the arbiters, the emotionless demeanor suddenly shifts. One of the hooded figures leans forward and just says, "How peculiar. A few of these aren't quite dead, but not necessarily of the living either." "What says you, my lord?" The figure turns towards the centermost. The central figure will come down from the throne, removing his hood and silver mask. You first see the withered appearance of an individual with silver hair and pupilless eyes, which quickly fade away into a young human man with dark tan skinned, piercing green eyes, strong jaw, and long black hair. He smiles softly and says, I am Kevin. I am Kalimvor, Lord of the Dead. Forgive the change of appearance. In order to properly pass judgment upon the dead, I must rid myself of all my humanity. However, as you all are not quite dead, I feel it would be immoral to treat you as if you were. So, how have you all come to my city of the dead?
We came
Could
to
you
ask you that.
imagine? Could you imagine if this man just like straight up was like, "Sorry, you're not my vibe," and then take us out of his dimension? Let's just like get
Yes,
out.
So
Go
when
to
he
different
says-
territory.
So when he says Kellenborg, that's not like, a nickname. Like,
That is Kalimvor, Lord of the Dead, a actual god from the Forgotten Realms setting.
oh, CB
Yeah.
knows that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm just seeing, like, is it clear that we're talking to some deity, or is it like someone just happened to be using the name?
You guys can make either insight or religion checks. Your
I'm
choice.
That's a good question. What's better for
Oh.
me?
Uh,
Insight.
Insight, you said?
Insight or religion.
I'll do insight.
Let
Yeah.
me do a
Yeah.
thing. Oh my god, stop it.
That's a sweet 26.
Ooh.
Good for you.
Oh, I guess need to check one quick thing.
Small
I
man's
think I
got some
can. I just want to make sure.
Sometimes.
Even if I did a religion check and got a 19.
There we are.
Religion check 19. Okay.
13 here.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
You're totally fine, CD.
Sorry. Oh, that's not what I did. You said, yeah, that's a dirty 20 for me.
30-20 for you.
Yes.
Ivy, Ash gets nothing. This is just a handsome looking dude.
Yeah, she's just like, he's
And I
cute.
say
I don't
that's
know.
insight for me. Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Nitrak, with your 19 in religion, you have heard of Kalimvor at some point. Because he is the Lord of the Dead. He is the main god of the dead at this point. And the appearances that you see fit the descriptions, but you don't know beyond that. CB and Noah, you both got 20 or above on insight. This man seems very honest. As he says he is Kalimvor. He is just kind of radiating this godly aura. Not something you can see, but just something you can feel. And you guys can believe that this is, in fact, the Lord of the Dead.
For the first time, Agwè stops. And he just stops staring. And, like, you see Levi, like, start to, like, lower himself. Like, go down to the ground, but also, like, you know.
In the same way I did for Agwè earlier, I just go into a low bow, but hold it for real this time.
Please do not bow. I was a human once. I ascended to godhood. That does not mean you have to bow for me.
You don't have to keep doing that.
you tell them that, but watch,
We don't
one
do
of these
that here.
days- One of these days, we're gonna meet
don't do
somebody and
that
he
here.
actually has to bow, and then he's not gonna bow,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna be the rude one. Like,
It'll be
From
funny
this
that
day
time
on,
too.
I will never bow.
oh my god.
Forgive me, but if we are speaking to the Lord of Death themselves, why?
I have that question as well, because you do not all seem to be quite dead.
I am confident
Some-
that I did not die, seeing as I still have my physical form in comparison to the spirits that have been out there. But I do have concerns. What is this place, and why are we here, respectfully?
This is the land of the dead. Specifically, you are in the city of the dead. The final place spirits pass through before moving on to the afterlife of their choice. And as you all seem to have your physicality still, I would imagine that the threads of fate were cut all at once, and a few strands must have gone through.
What?
Shara's like, I knew we were
You are
dead.
all here by accident.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Either you were meant to die, and you didn't, or you weren't meant to die, and you came here by mistake.
I'm going to assume I wasn't meant to be here.
I look at Ash very questioningly, like as if I'm trying to recall something.
I think she's her gaze, and her face is not one of confusion, but just kind of plain, like she doesn't have really any emotion to read.
He clocks what Nitrak said, but looks back at Kallenborg. Like he's clocking, like, yeah, same vibe. Yeah. If we are an accident and you are the Lord of Death, then again, forgive my presumption, but you should be able to send us back to whence we came. I have something to do. My kingdom is in danger. I should not be here.
I also have places to be.
I just don't want to be here.
Allow me to.
The vibe.
That is very
That's so
understandable.
valid.
I believe most people do not want to be dead. Allow me to converse with my scribe, Jurgle, as he points to one of the other hooded figures. He keeps records of who is meant to live, who is meant to die. If you guys were meant to still be alive and came here by mistake, I will happily send you back to where you came from. If you were all meant to die and you somehow kept your physicality, we will have to figure something else out. And then Kallenborg will then walk away from you all to go speak to another one of these hooded figures, giving you all a moment to speak with each other if you need.
I don't know about you guys, but I hope I wasn't supposed to die. I just want to go back.
Did you trip over somebody?
No.
Did you bow too low and break your back?
No.
Something doesn't tell me you are quite confident in that answer.
Sorry, hold on.
I feel like they're fighting with the cat.
Very possible.
Gato.
Regardless of whatever they say, I will return back home. That is not up for discussion.
What if you were meant to die, then what?
Then I will change that fate.
She looks convinced. She just needed confirmation of what that looks like if you're not.
I think at the very least you'll probably see some of the lines on his arm like glow ever so slightly.
Cool.
I mean,
So what is your deal, looking at Nitrak? You are a person of few words, it seems.
I don't have much of a deal. Mercenary for hire. Do a pretty good job. Nice clothes. Nice stuff. I'd like to keep that going.
mercenary for hire? Were you killed off?
Shouldn't have been. I mean, the only one who could. It'd be very upsetting if he did.
Oh.
Oh, I guess he's coming. No.
It's the god's coming back.
You got reception in the underworld?
What? We
No,
got
it's
magic,
just
fine,
it's
yeah.
just my sending stone. Sorry.
So, sorry to interject here.
And you see him pause, look back at the look back at his trident for just a moment. I made a decision one that would help my kingdom. There was a storm. At least that's what I thought it was. That is the last thing I remember, being upon Levi.
Now that you mention it, I was just out fishing, and also a storm just showed up out of nowhere seemingly.
I remember one too.
Same.
Huh.
Concerning.
A little bit.
Taken up by the elements is not a way to go.
I usually don't go out by storms. I like them.
I don't, but that doesn't mean I want to be dead because of it. Like,
I should say that storms underneath the sea, underneath the waves, are rare, and if they do come, they are tumultuous, to say the least. But I did not think it would be a problem. I was just going to calm it.
You said under the water you were taken by the storm, yeah?
Yes.
Interesting.
I do not go above. I have not been above.
oh, so this is.
Can you breathe right now?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, I just thought you were really good at holding your breath.
Slow look, just.
You do, but you would have noticed that, like, at the very beginning, like, there was a little bit of, like, all right, this is how I do this. Yes, yeah, because you do see, like, gills on the neck that have stopped moving and stopped really becoming the focus. You actually see the nostrils, like, flaring every once in a while.
So then this is a rarity for you, to say the least.
That it is.
Okay. Interesting.
Just
guess-
looks. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I guess we wait to see if any of us were supposed to die then.
I think, like, Levi is, like, trying to lick one of the ghosts, but, like, each time his tongue goes through their head.
It just dissolves every time.
This is the best thing. It's like we're having a serious conversation. They just slow pan. Like,
He's like slowly.
Is it like a smoky flavor, kind of a barbecue jerky
Yeah.
thing, or
we're like ocean breeze. Like, what's in the pot?
So after a moment, Kalimvor, alongside Jurgle, approach both of you. Or not both. They both approach all of you. Kalimvor just kind of muttering, quite a predicament.
Oh. We were all supposed to die.
I have a quick question. Yes, the quickest of
Yes.
questions.
Yes.
You said there are three. One is Kalimvor, one is Jurgle. Can we get the vibe of the other one?
You want an insight check?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go for it.
I'm just curious.
He's on it.
That is a 22.
22. Very grim vibe. You would assume the third one is Merkel.
Ooh.
and
Okay. That's good. I think clocks, because like he's done a lot of reading. He's not a religious person at all, of a negative in religion, but he has studied and learned because of his upbringing. So I think he knows names. So he just avoids that gaze and looks back at Kalimvor and Turtle.
It's like it's like that one over there. That one just likes books. This one's pretty nice. No.
No.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Incredible.
So as Jurgle approaches you all as well, he says, exactly 1,000 souls were listed to die in a single instant, which is uncalled for.
That's a lot of souls.
995 souls fully passed over. You five
995?
Yeah, 995 of the 1,000 listed are all ghosts here.
Which means 5 of us are not.
Which is you 5, Levi included, are on the list, but you guys did not die.
So we were supposed to die.
Was this a divinely ordained death, or something was supposed to happen that happened to kill 1,000 souls?
And can we
Uh,
not?
The storm is what killed 1,000 souls across not just one world, but several worlds.
What?
I do
That's-
not know the source of this storm.
So
It
what
might
you
have
are,
been divine fate.
but what you are also saying is that this was something that was intended to be, and we escaped it.
Mhm.
He just looks back at Nitrak. No, it's the look of, yeah, we're better.
Just
Um,
flips her beard.
Yes.
Flips her. Yes. I need to start doing that more. I look up to him. Would you happen to know if the storm has passed or if it's still raging? If more lives are expected to be taken, if there might be more like us?
I believe the storm has passed. As he kind of like shows his scroll, and it's just this long list of names in very, very tiny font.
Oh, incredible.
And there's just a category that's like name and then cause of death and time of death. And then there's just a block of 1,000 where it says storm, and then after that it has just other.
honestly,
Lord.
fair. Tracks.
You know what? So
Is this like an Excel sheet
10 out of
that we're
10.
looking at, or?
Pretty much, it's
Oh,
designed like an
Magical
Excel
Excel
sheet. It's just a really long scroll.
magical Excel spreadsheet on
I
a scroll.
love it. I love it.
I love spreadsheets. So
You do. You do.
You excel at them?
Fine.
Mhm.
Sorry.
What?
I'll leave.
Permanent
Bye.
damage.
What do you intend to do with the 5 of us then? If we're like, what is the procedure for this?
This cannot be the only time this has happened. Or
it
is
is
it?
rare, but has happened before. When I was Lord of the Dead, and not just a scribe. We gave them a trial. A chance to escape the underworld. And I hope that my Lord Kelmvor will offer the same to you all.
You should.
Which Kelmvor will just nod in agreement.
When you say trial, what does that entail? What does that mean?
I'm not dressed for court if that's what's going on.
You're not taking my heart out of my chest and waiting to get something else. Like, I'd rather not do that.
Kelmvor then speaks up. We will give you all, let's say, a means of travel and a map, and allow you to attempt to sail yourself free of this land. You may find portals to other planes. You are welcome to travel through them, but how you will not be able to stay for long periods. You will be drawn back here by just forces of nature. When you are in these other lands, if you help restless spirits find their way to the afterlife, you will be given a key upon your return, which will help lead you to a way of escape.
I haven't done a fetch.
Does that
quest in over
sound
a decade.
decent?
Oh, I have questions.
Are they good
Of
ones?
course, there will be questions.
We'll find out, I guess, if they're good or not. Okay. How many? First.
how many
Restless
keys?
souls, yeah.
Each key is just a hint of a direction. So it's as many or as little as it takes you.
Okay, great answer. Next, how do?
I am confused by your question at
How
this
do
point.
we do this? How do we help them move on? Is there we don't have like do we just you give them a little therapy session or like what are we talking?
What do you know about therapy?
I'm not talking to you right now.
It is dependent upon every restless spirit. Some you might have to gain victory in combat over. Others you might just have to help get over something. There are many reasons why spirits may refuse to move on to the afterlife.
Something tells me this trial will not be easy. If you are giving us transportation, I assume what I don't know actually. How do we traverse? What are we traversing? A map. These keys. If it were that simple, even if it takes time, then it wouldn't be rare. What is the catch?
We can't let you go back decades or centuries after, because you guys could just sail the sea forever and eventually find your way back.
Oh, so it is a sea.
It is the Sea of Souls that you will
There
be
is
traveling across.
an immediate shift in their form.
Mhm.
Got this.
Noted.
You untense Ashara's shoulders stay tensed. Like they are just she's like, I
If
am
not
literally
more, just-
playing. Like, hello?
But in order to keep you from returning decades or centuries from when you left, we will have Merkle create an avatar who will give you a head start and then chase you down.
That's
There it
worse.
is.
That's
That
worse.
is the catch.
That's worse.
What happens if they catch up?
Uh,
I think I know the answer.
you
Just real
will
quick.
You get most of it,
permanently
too.
be dead.
If they catch up, can we just keep running if they just don't touch us? Like, can I just like, oh, you can't catch me?
Can you outrun that?
Death?
Really?
I don't
I've been
know.
doing it for a while.
If you do not die by the avatar's hand, you will be able to continue going.
Noted.
So
Just go on
even
a
if they catch
zigzag.
up, if you keep running, you are free to continue going.
Do you
Does
hide more than be
this-
chased?
I think that was to you, Noah.
What would you say? I didn't hear you.
Do you hide more than be chased?
When it comes to fight or flight, if I had wings,
Clever.
So-
when does our time start?
Literally looks at Tápholl and then looks back at Miracle, about to ask something very similar.
You all can have some time to mentally prepare yourselves. Then let me know once you are ready. I shall open a portal which will take you to the ship that you will be able to sail on. You will all have a head start. We will give you the map. We will give you a compass to help you. And eventually, Merkel's avatar will begin to chase you down.
What is Merkel's vibe right now? Like, are they excited about this? Like, it's just like
seems pretty excited. Like hasn't gone on a chase in a while.
okay.
I love that for them, you know? Just
Mhm.
he's got a little entertainment. I get that. Like
Okay. I think just for a moment he does look at Merkel, and there is a sense. It's not ego, perhaps it's pride, perhaps it's hubris, and it's like rawest form, but it's definitely like a you can try, but I will get back home type of like look. If we're looking back at Jurgle, kind of like patting Levi to make sure they're not stressing out right now. Again, I think they actually try with either Merkel or Jurgle at some point.
You ever just look at God? Like
you ever just look at God? You know, it's fine. So
Gotta lick our lips. Anyways.
Yeah. I think now's a good time for a break.
Woo,
What do you all think?
I'm good with a break.
works for
As
me.
we figure out how we're gonna die.
Whoops.
So, Nate, if you want to take us to break,
To break.
To break.
if you're there,
Time to break these kneecaps.
Yep,
Hey,
we are on break.
yo.
there we go.
Perfect. 10 out of 10.
We're here.
That's the best way to enter live, right?
Yep.
Just by making random noises.
Yep.
Want some of my players too, but you know what? To each their own.
We here.
Anyways, go ahead, David.
Welcome
Take us
back,
away.
everyone. Hope you had a good 15-minute break. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves so far.
Let's
Um,
race death.
yeah. The race against Merkel.
We're like tennis balls, and he's a big, deadly dog. I'm sorry.
Sure.
That's
I'll
a very
stop
in
talking
character
now.
thing. No, that's a very in character thing for you to say.
Oh, we aren't in character right now.
No, I said that.
No, isn't you and your character just the same person?
I need to go, guys.
It's a lovely playing with me.
No, he's just got a 0 charisma, not the -1. I'm kidding.
Why out chase death when Lexi is right there?
I'll never get rid of
Here's
it.
the thing. Nitrak is actually the avatar of Merkel.
Oh,
That's the
Damn,
plot twist.
spoiler.
You're starting on the ship? This doesn't feel fair at all.
just in the dead of night while we're sleeping. Just that's why she's been running their hand through all the ghosts. Like,
Double
Yeah.
check.
Tag, you're dead.
Okay.
Making sure they're all dead. Yeah.
all right, Taylor, take us away.
Okay. So, right before break, Kalmvor said you all have time to mentally prepare yourself, do whatever you want to do, and then he would take you to the ship afterwards. So if there's anything you guys want to do before reaching the ship, or if there's anything you want to even ask if you're able to do from like Jurgle or Kalmvor or Merkel, if you want to talk to him, now would be the time.
Do you take bribes?
Money doesn't have much use here.
You don't always have to bribe with money.
And what exactly would you bribe me with? Your
Not
soul?
my conversation.
I mean, I could get you a few from up top. Just send me back.
You're like, I'll give you other people's soul.
It's better than just one of mine, you know?
We don't really benefit from getting more souls.
Fine.
We are just the ones who help souls move on to their afterlife. You can see that we're already pretty full up as he just points to the miles and miles long line.
A surplus of souls, if you will.
I'll save like 6 people a year for you. Get that average down a little.
He's going to kick his feet off and slide off of Levi, and Levi's going to take on that very watery-like form before turning back into their humanoid form. And Levi's just going to like plop down. So the real question is, what is the average time someone of our current predicament is down here? How much time are we losing?
Time moves differently here, as well as on all the different planes of existence. There's a chance that you may return exactly to the moment you left. There's a chance you may return several years later.
How do we affect that chance?
The quicker you get to your goal, the less time you are gone.
Then we
It's
go now.
Simple math.
I agree, we go now.
Okay. Kalmvor just waves his hand, and a portal appears, and he walks straight through it.
He does not look at the three of y'all. He looks at Levi. Levi kind of hops up, kind of looks at you on just that's the wave, and they. You all can tell that like he is not wasting time. Speaking about saving his kingdom, he's worried about getting back.
I quickly fall through the portal. I am not staying in this place. I have other places to be, other things to do, and I am going.
Nitrak's just gonna saunter through. She's like, well, I'm definitely not staying here. Not seeing a bar anywhere. And then just
Leaving just Tápholl on the other side of the portal, all alone.
I'm in tow. I did.
right behind Nitrak.
Two lords of the dead staring straight at you. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sound effects and all.
So as you all walk through the portal, you instantly notice a small rotting sailing ship. It has graying planks and shredded sails. Faded script on its stern says, "The Ferryman." The ship bobs on almost pitch black ocean, except there's a purple glow from bioluminescent algae that skims across the surface, penetrating the darkness. Kalmvor says, "The ship hasn't been used in quite a while. However, it is reliable, no matter how deceiving its looks may be. I trust you that this ship will get you to where you are going. And I have a map and a compass for you."
Swipe the compass.
Grabs the
Bill
map.
just told me about. Okay. Are you going to unroll the map?
It's the map.
Okay.
It's the map.
It's the map.
Oh, it's upside down. Hold on. There we go.
Ashara visibly face palms.
So
It was actually upside down the second time.
Just,
So this map isn't colored like a stereotypical map. It's not like on linen. This looks like a star map would, where it is blue in color, and it has white pencil markings along it, which match the coastline of where you are all standing. And there's a dot at the very center of the map, which you would assume represents you.
I look up at him and, does this track where we are?
The land of the dead is constantly shifting. So a single map would never be able to tell you where you are. This map will update as you go.
Oh.
As things appear in the Sea of Souls, they will represent themselves on the map for you.
are we on like a beach? Is there sand?
This is
Can-
the beach. There is some sand.
Can
Yeah.
I walk down to the water's edge?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do so and look down at the
Yeah.
water and then look back at him and say, so what lurks in these depths?
Any creature that chose to live a life in the ocean but did not move on to an afterlife. There may be great beasts. There may be sailors sailing across the seas. This is not just an emptiness.
Incredible.
Agwè
Mm,
Agwè hears that, but does look at the water.
Mhm.
Running head start, leaps, dives in.
Ah!
He wants to see for himself. And you
Make
see
a perception
Levi.
check.
Levi kind of like looks and goes, "Oh!" and like runs too, and like kind of gets.
Ashara makes a visibly like pointed step away from the water to avoid any of it touching her. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely not. Just no.
I
Perception check.
also,
And as Agwè and Levi go into the water, I just want to mention that the purple like luminescence gets brighter at that spot before settling back down.
Nope.
I'm going to also walk up and just like shove my head under the water and try to see where I see where they went and what's going on down there.
Ashara looks like
Are
she's
we
gonna
just
push
not
you
crazy?
in. And then doesn't. No, I don't think all right, you're not crazy. You don't seem crazy. So like look up at you. I don't know, you might be. That's fine with me.
Okay, so Agwè, what's your perception check?
Oh, that is a 27. Listen, he said that
27.
He said the sea is filled with things that are native to the sea and might not have crossed over. He is native to the sea. He's trying to figure out why he's not in the water, why he's with this group. He's trying to put some things together. So he's trying to figure out what might be under there.
So looking around under this water, you see immediately the first thing you see is a few skeletal fish with like spectral bodies of what they looked like in the real world around supporting that skeleton.
Okay.
Just kind of swimming around in the sea.
So you said skeleton, not spectral, correct?
Skeleton with spectral around it.
Okay.
But that is what you see as you look around.
Okay.
Do I still see him while he's down there? Using telepathy, I'm gonna. Agwè, hey, what do you see? What's down there? I'm like very excited. Should I come? Should I follow?
Can I respond, or is it a?
I believe it is a two-way telepathy. Yeah.
I believe it's two-way.
Yeah, it is.
Walkie-talkies.
For a moment, again, you don't get anything back. Perhaps they're just focused. And they probably went down like. Yeah, they probably went down like.
Oh yeah, how far are you?
30 feet. Yeah, I think they probably went down to full 30 feet. For a moment.
Yeah, I could still.
Seems to just be some fish. And nothing.
Look tasty.
If you like to chew on bones, then sure.
Oh. Oh. Wait, actually, that brings up a good point. I bring my head back up and do a little 180. Do we need to eat? Do we need water? We're kind of dead already. Is that a necessity?
Checks her pouches, pulls out some jerky, and just starts like munching on it. Just tastes like
well,
ash.
you still have physical bodies.
The answer is yes.
So,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. But the fish don't have meat.
No.
We will make sure there's rations on the ship for you.
Okay.
But the fish don't have meat.
No meat. What happens in the water? First, you see Levi kind of come back out, and you know, I didn't ask this, but I'm assuming it was as a giving because it's a water dragon. You can breathe underwater, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Levi can't breathe underwater.
I'm just assuming. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, great.
I just picture him walking out, like head just.
Yeah.
Just graceful.
No. See, most people, I think, in my opinion, most people play dragons is like that graceful. Like, you can't touch me. He is just floppy himbo.
No, Agwè walks out graceful.
Yeah.
Agwè is very graceful,
Yeah,
100%. But I will say though, while underwater, I will like spot one of the fish. Like if you see him like tracking it, the camera will kind of see his arm kind of raise. The electrical lines kind of, I say electrical, that's what it looks like. It's not necessarily electricity. Seem to get kind of like spark and kind of like move down, like a pattern, like a wave of the light kind of moves down. And suddenly there's a bubble around that fish. As I'm going to shape water and carry it with me back.
Okay.
Just so they can see. And once I am coming out of the water, very much like, you know, a smooth James Bond, type of Daniel Craig vibe, you will get see this bubble of the skeletal fish kind of like, you know, doing what they do when they're like plastic bags, like what's going on. But he just kind of has it.
Oh, did you bring a pet?
No, this is something that I saw underground, under the water. Just so you are aware.
May I reach out for it and inspect it myself?
It floats towards you.
Oh. I throw it to Ash.
Just breaks.
How dare you?
Fish bones.
Oh, how dare you! That would suck if she didn't also have shape water. So you go to throw it at her, and she just goes boop, and looks at you dead in the eyes, like pointedly, daggers thrown in your direction of just like, yep, it's a skeletal fish, and she'll
I just thought
hand
you would
it.
want to look.
Yeah,
you
of
know.
course, right. And she'll hand it back to Agwè.
You'll see Agwè pointedly doesn't touch it as you let go. It's just floating there.
Sure.
And if Nitrak wants to float it over to them so they can get a vibe of what might be underground, underground.
Underground in the water.
I mean, in our world, it is underground.
There.
Mm.
But he will then float the water orb with the fish back over to the water and just drop it in the fish. Just bloop.
His fish friends are never going to believe him.
Hey, before we embark on our journey with the rations that you mentioned, can you just make sure we have a surplus of mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. I'm a big fan. I love mayo.
There's a
The egg.
very
fish?
odd request.
She looks like she's about to lose her mind.
Sure.
The just staring dead at you has not faded. Even if you look
I'm
away,
not
she's
even
just
phased by it. I'm just looking right at him. Mayo.
If looks could kill and you weren't already dead, I think you'd be on fire.
So anyway, can you make that happen, or?
So, anyways,
Yes.
mayo.
Yes, it's a very odd request, but I can
I
make
love
sure you
gods.
have mayonnaise.
Are you just asking? So basically, you're asking for an alchemy jug of just mayonnaise.
Yeah.
That's probably what he'll give you. He won't give you an unlimited supply of mayonnaise. He'll just give you an alchemy jug.
This isn't exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. I appreciate it.
It only makes mayo.
Are we the ones that are in charge of navigation, or do you have a spectral team of individuals? This is not my forte.
This ship is up to you all to manage.
Okay.
If you all struggle too greatly, we could attempt to wrangle up a few souls to help. Yes.
DM question.
Okay.
Sorry. Didn't want to interrupt. That's why I raised my
Picture
hand.
Toph raising his hand.
Mr.
That's what I thought. Is this tell him for?
with my backstory and all that, being on ships a lot just to navigate around for fishing and all that, would I have any proficiency in navigation? I didn't have it on my character sheet, but would that be just something I could assume?
I would assume you at least have proficiency in water vehicles.
Okay.
And this is a smaller ship. It is meant to be able to be
manned by 4.
Yeah. I was like, what's the word?
Manageable
Yeah,
for this particular group.
It's yes, you guys can very easily manage this with how it is set up. It is not this massive brigantine or anything. It's pretty much like a small little schooner.
Okay.
As long as you can teach someone how to unfurl and furl sails, you're golden.
Don't look at Agwè.
Yeah.
I've got this.
Mhm.
All right, cool.
I think at the very least, Agwè starts moving towards the boat to get on it and inspect it and see exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
if
holding
it's
my giant jug.
up to his standards, which sounds so gross, but just
I have standards.
Are you're holding the alchemy jug? Is that what you said?
The jug of mayonnaise.
Oh, this is good mayo. Yeah.
What is this alchemy
plot
jug
twist.
made
It's
out of?
Miracle Whip.
Oh.
Uh,
Alchemy jug made out of.
It's just glass. Just a very dark colored glass.
So what I'm asking is if I was to heat it up in Toph's hands if that would burn him and or hurt him.
Yes.
Or get him. Cool. She does that.
Wait, what's happening? What am I being hurt with?
I'm just using produce flame
On the mayonnaise jar.
On the mayonnaise jar.
Cooking the mayonnaise.
Specifically.
So wait, it becomes hot and burns you.
I'm gonna shape water and bring over some to my hand and just cool it, and also the jug.
I will do it just enough to annoy you, like just enough where you're like, ow, and then I'll keep walking. This
Actually,
is payback for the fish.
What I would have done with the shape water is slowly like try to bring that skeletal fish around behind Ash where they wouldn't notice, and then just chuck it.
To be fair, that fish was back in the water.
It's back in the water. You'd have to go get it.
Is it alive or is it dead?
It's alive.
It's
but
alive.
it's
Swimming. Yeah, it's a skeleton fish swimming.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought it was just like.
You could chuck. You could chuck shape water.
Well, never mind.
It's an undead fish.
Yeah. I burn you slightly and then keep walking. And I'm gonna go inspect.
When Ashara and Tápholl are kind of having this playful, I guess, moment, Agwè would look back at Nitrak and you could see like there's a slight level of like annoyance.
She just kind of nods,
good.
like. It's like, it's the children.
Okay, the vibe you're getting, it's not playful. Let me put it this way. It is not playful. It is hateful between the two of them. It is not playful. Even like outward looking, it is not playful.
Honestly, fair, and I think it still has the same effect.
That's fine.
Yeah. I think just like
we're wasting time. Like
that,
yeah,
that
that's
part,
exactly
yeah.
it. Yes.
Nitrak's just gonna walk forward and just after like a quick like, yeah, I get it. Just climb up the rope or ladder, whatever it is, or just hop in.
I'll say there's a gangway that lets you just walk up, no problem.
Saunters.
Convor will go up onto the ship with you guys, give you guys a little tour. And as he goes over to the door that would lead like into the cabin areas, he says, I need a volunteer from one of you.
To do what?
To open the store so I can explain to you it's magic.
I can open a door.
I still got my jug. Sorry, I got my hands full.
Okay. So he tells you, think of where you'd be most comfortable sleeping as you like reach out for the door. And you open it. It opens up into a bedroom that is exactly how you would feel most comfortable.
Oh, it's the plushest of pillows, the fluffiest blankets. It is comfy, cozy, warm, a fire pit in the side with like a table full of like snackage and drinks, and it's just like looks like 5-star tavern hotel type shit. And she's like, oh, I'm not leaving here.
So whenever you guys open this door, picture where you would like to, what room you would like to be having on the other side of this door, and it will create that room for you.
All rooms or just bedrooms?
All rooms.
You have a kitchen?
Yeah, close the door. You can imagine a kitchen, and then when you open the door, there will be a kitchen.
This is a weird one. If I go to open it, would there be a nice sunny dock with a small lawn chair and a fishing pole nearby?
I would doubt it.
This is unrealistic.
So it seems to be like it seems to make a room not like an open space.
Okay, let's.
It makes specifically a room.
Yeah.
And each room is basically its own pocket dimension, so you all can have your own individual rooms that connect to this door.
Gotcha. So there's only one door on the ship, but this door can go to different spaces.
House moving castle type shit.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Incredible.
So it's just you picture what room you want to be in, and it creates that room for you.
Cool.
Thank you.
So I hope this will be comfortable enough for all of your likings.
I like that better. It's
A room of requirement. Or
A room of
reclining.
reclining.
I like it.
It's better than sleeping on the docks. So
Speak for yourself.
I do.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, walked into that one.
So before I leave you all, for you to begin your trial, is there anything else you need of me?
Why does magic feel weird?
You are probably attuned to using magic that comes from the planet you are from.
Ah,
The magic here comes from a different source.
okay.
Source would that be?
That's
Me.
the next question. Ah, it's like an uncomfy sweater. It's like putting on somebody else's jacket that you're not used to wearing. Like you know it's not yours.
It's like
Or worse,
sitting down
their
on a
hat.
seat after someone and it's still warm.
Ashara doesn't seem unnerved by this. Just accepts the answer.
Okay.
If you travel between planes, you may find a place where magic feels completely different than anything you've experienced before.
That is good to know. I am not a magic user, but not in its trained form, I guess. But nevertheless.
That was my only question.
How? I think this is my last one, if you don't mind. How do we know where to go? I know we have a map and a compass. Is the compass going to lead us to the next key? Is the map gonna show it when it updates? Like how are what
X
would we
marks the
expect?
spot.
Yeah.
So the compass, there's nothing special about the compass. It just is true in which direction it is pointing. It allows you to comprehend the map. And the map will, anytime something shows up on the map, I suggest you go to investigate. Because it's a very good chance that is what you are looking for.
Trust the
Gotcha.
map.
So X marks the spot. Got it. All right. Anyone else have any questions? Any concerns?
Follow the map, complete the task, go home. Sounds simple enough.
You see that Agwè is already like moved to like the front of the ship and he's like just like standing there, just kind of watching. Ready, he's ready to go.
All right. Yeah, I think we're ready.
He will reach into his pocket and pull out a small crystal of topaz and just like hold it in an open hand towards you all. If you ever need to call for me, you can just use this.
What was it?
It's just a small crystal piece of topaz.
I think Levi like "Ha!"
Nah.
Okay.
in human form. He's,
Oh.
he kind of like walks over.
Well,
All
All
right.
right. Shall we go?
unless you need more mayonnaise.
I've got all of it right here. Anything else from Mr. God of Death?
That was the last thing he had, so he's ready to just leave you all if that's what you're ready for.
As we start to board the ship, you all just notice Toph's behavior and like how he carries himself change entirely as he starts just barking orders. All right, unfurl the sails. Ash, you know what to do over there.
Ugh.
All right, come here, Agwè. We got this over here. And I'm like starting to show you guys like basic ship mechanics.
Ash already knows. She's just annoyed that she has to do it. Like,
Do either of you have much knowledge in how to sail a ship?
I pay people to sail things for me. I don't do it.
Well, on this ship you do. All right, so, and then just continues to do so as we prepare to sail.
The look you get from Agwè when you say that. Like you can tell these
Disgust.
I didn't even waver.
It's this, yeah, and that's totally fair. It's like are you giving me a command? Not here. He just continues to look. He doesn't seem like he's like paying attention to what to do with the ship. He's just never had to, and this is not going to change now.
Alrighty. As I think I'd reached the helm as as the sails are dropping. Is there wind?
That's a good question.
And is it in our favor? If not, I'll just start to cast gust to get us a good start.
If you raise your hand, like to feel the direction of the wind, you will feel it shift and turn to be in your favor.
Oh, it's gonna make this really easy. All right, set
Tápholl's
sail.
be our captain, and I love this.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Only on the ship am I confident. Before we take off, if anyone like looks over to Toph, you see almost a moment of hesitancy and a very long face come across him, and he takes a deep breath and okay, let's go.
Okay. So you all embark on your trial, on your voyage. Is there anything you guys want to do on the ship? Conversations to be had, or anything? As you wait for the map to show you where to go next.
No, my
You hear
head.
a wild offbeat outlaw.
It was just like the way that it sounded. It's just the specters on the ocean. Like,
Yeah, it's just them screaming.
Just
Some
a
of the
screaming
sea
ghost.
creatures I heard about. Once
I'm pretty sure
we've
that's what that
gotten
was.
once we get going, we don't really need to tend to the ship other than like occasional adjustments that I or Ash might make just involuntarily, just knowing. I sit down around the map. So who wants to be the eyes on the map, waiting for new things to come across?
I'm gonna be real. Levi is like sitting right next to you, just staring at it.
Are you gonna look at the map, Levi?
have you told us Levi's?
Great.
You did. You told us Levi's.
Yeah. I said
Uh,
Levi a lot.
That's right.
Does Levi speak?
He does.
Oh, okay.
When he writes.
What languages? I wanna make sure I'm being kind.
You can at the very least understand that he understands common.
Okay.
And I spoke Draconic to him earlier.
Gotcha. Dracon. Oh yeah, because he's a sea dragon. Gotcha. Okay.
He's like just kind of like staring at it. It's like,
I just kind of like shift a little over as he's looking at my shoulder.
He like scoots right back next to you and like looks back down.
Okay, gotcha.
Very puppy energy.
Yeah.
Anyone else really nervous? Like, what? I have no idea what to expect.
In my training, there's no service to be nervous about something you do not know.
Either you do it or it's not your problem anymore.
I'm more nervous we won't get out. I'm not nervous about this voyage.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
It's okay to be scared.
I'm not scared.
You don't have to pretend.
I just like to imagine as Tápholl saying, "I'm not scared." A wave hits the side of the ship and it just shakes to the side.
I'm cool. Cool.
What if it was a big old beastie?
Ooh.
Another wave smacks against the side of the ship.
I'm gonna go hold the wheel. Hold up.
As waves are starting to hit the ship, Agwè does like look up and like start to look around and sees Toph will go off to actually start righting the ship, making sure nothing's wrong. Oh, excuse me. Agwè looks back at Levi, who suddenly kind of very like an attentive dog, just gets up. As Levi starts to move towards the edge of the ship, I look at the other two and say, "I feel like we need to do a perimeter scan. If something else is underneath, let me check it out really quickly, just to make sure that we are not already dealing with something out of our reach or something that could be more problematic. If there are any waves, then something is either causing them or we are going into rougher waters."
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Agwè is going to look at Levi. Levi first jumps, and then Agwè jumps. Levi shifts into a dragon mid-air. Agwè lands onto them, and then they both dive underwater. And with the intent of stealthing and looking around.
So go ahead and make both a stealth check and a perception check for me.
Great. So Levi has a +6 to stealth. I have advantage on stealth when I'm on Levi.
Okay.
So firstly, let's get those stealths. Levi gets a 16 stealth. I get 13. Great. Great.
Levi's sneakier than you.
And that tracks.
Yeah.
That's a valid.
And you said in the perception, oh Jesus Christ, 31.
Yeah. So as you and Levi move through the water, looking around, once again, your sight is filled with these skeletal / spectral fish. You see everything that you would typically see in an underwater environment. You see seaweed and kelp. You see coral. Off in the distance, you do see larger creatures moving.
Mm-hmm.
However, they do not seem to be moving towards you. They just seem to be moving in a direction.
Gotcha. Nothing seems to be unnaturally causing the waves. It just seems like that we just happen to get.
It's just rocky water right now.
Okay.
With your 31, you can actually, under the water, you can feel a current. And that current is probably what's causing these waves to bash against the side of the ship.
Okay.
Because you're going against it right now.
Oh, that's good to know. I'm going to, for now, leave Levi underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna fly up for a moment, kind of soar out of the water. Agwè's gonna jump off. Levi's gonna go right back down and just continuously scan for us as we're moving.
Mm-hmm.
Agwè will actually go to Tápholl. Respectfully, if he sees Nitrak and Ashara, nod or whatever. But because they're currently captaining, actually, he would go and say, "Captain, I believe we should shift this vessel. We are moving against the current, which is what is causing the waves. Perhaps if we follow the current, it could lead us to a first destination."
Oh, what side is the current flowing? I guess I could probably tell, actually, looking at it. Is it hitting us from the left or the right?
It's hitting you from the back right now as you're going across the waters. And
Where's the algae moving?
Agwè can very easily point the direction that the current is moving in. So you can adjust.
All right. Well, nothing's on our map, right? All right. Set sails to port side. Let's ride this stream and see how far we can get. Help our speed.
Great. I think until something happens, Agwè, do you see Levi kind of come back up, and Agwè will hop back on them, and they're just going to continuously just kind of patrol. When you have a vessel and you have their other vessels around, protecting them, essentially they're just doing a big scan. But also you can tell that he's at peace when he's kind of moving and riding. So he's just going to be doing that unless something shifts.
What's up, Noah?
DM question. For telepathy, am I able to just keep an active line going? Like, do I have to actively be speaking to Agwè for them to be able to communicate back in case they spot anything or anything like that?
Let me double check the feature.
Okay. Let me also look at it for quick reference. Sorry. I work for.
Is
a
it
D&D company,
from your Water Ganassi race?
It's I took a feat.
Which feat is that?
Telepathic.
That's different. Okay.
It says you awaken the ability to mentally connect with others, granting you the following benefits. Besides, you can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 60 feet. So if I don't see them under the ship, then probably not. The creature understands you. Oh, it does not give the creature the ability to respond to me telepathically. I did not know that. Good to know now. All right.
So the future cannot reconnect back.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll just say they yelled into the water and I heard them at first.
Fair.
I mean, it would make sense for water-dwelling races to still be able to communicate underwater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which both of you are able to fully live underwater, so it would make sense for you guys to be able to talk.
Gotcha.
Rule
Okay.
of cool. Rule of cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you.
But technically speaking, you can leave a channel open to someone. There's just no real reason to, because it's one way.
Hear all my mutters and random comments.
Yeah, they just hear all of your thoughts as you just kind of mutter.
The love
It's
of mayonnaise.
Beat up. God, I can't wait to make a sandwich with mayo though later.
Just all that going into Agwè's mind.
Agwè's like,
I think he'd kill you.
It's like, shut that door. Leave me alone.
Just immediately
all right,
fuck
cool.
off.
So that disregard my idea. Then I'm all set.
Okay. Ivy, is there anything you want to do?
I think Ashara is just fixing things where they need to be fixed, like seeing, oh, we need to direct heading a little differently. We need to change this a little differently. She's just doing general things that you would expect her to do. She's not really looking out across the water, but she trusts the individuals who are enough where it's like, oh, yep, this is where they're comfortable. So I'm just going to focus on what I know.
Okay. Lexi, is there anything you're doing?
Nitrak's just tying ropes when needed, tightening things, and just same thing, wandering around, figuring out where she's needed. And when she's not, she's just sitting around munching on jerky.
Okay.
Nice.
Anytime there's something up high that I need help tying a rope with, I'm like,
It's just
please help.
Nitrak just shows up right behind, just
Yes. Thank you.
As we're like having this downtime and stuff, I'd probably also like tie down the rudder in the heading that we need and fix up the ship, since you said it was pretty beat up when we received it, right?
It looks very beat up from its appearance, but like as you go to inspect like the hull and such, there's no sort of leaks at all.
Oh, okay.
Like it is just very tattered in appearance, but it seems like a perfectly fine ship as you go around and actually inspect it.
Then I'd if that's the case, I'd just start washing. Grab a brush and use some crate water and start going at it. Just go back and forth.
Okay. If there's nothing else anyone wants to do, I think we should probably wrap up session now. Because I don't want to necessarily get into what I have planned next quite yet.
Ooh.
Terrifying.
If that's the case, do we want to like any last minute RP that we want to do, or no? Do we just want to button it?
Why do you have things?
I mean, I can RP for an hour or two more if I wanted. There's so much to do and talk about. But it's up to you guys.
I'm fine with that if we have any other conversation we'd like to have. If not, also good with ending.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just patrolling, so I'm just waiting to see what happens.
All right, great. I think we're all set then.
So then we'll go ahead and wrap up, and we'll just have everyone re-mention to the audience who you are, where they can find you, and such. And we'll start with Lexi, and we'll go reverse Discord order.
Hello, I am Smallbird Lex. You can find me at Smallbird Lex and Smallbird Art. I do TTRPG, I do streaming, I do art, I do all kinds of stuff. You'll like one of them. That's kind of a threat, but it's fine. I play Nitrak, I almost said Furbulk, bugbear fighter. God damn it. It's in my blood, I can't. Passing it to Nova.
Alrighty. Hi, my name is Noah, or Nova Killing on all socials. Stream on Twitch, make TikToks, do whatever. I'm also an actor and your residential lumberjack. I am playing Tápholl, a water Ganassi druid. And I don't remember what else was supposed to be said, so passing it to Ivy.
Hi, I'm Ivy. My pronouns are she, her. I am gamer the girl everywhere that you can find me on the internet. I DM over at Dice Cream Sandwich and do a bunch of other things, so it just depends on the day. And I've been playing Ashara, the fire Genasi sorcerer, and I will pass it over to the ever wonderful CB.
Hey everybody, my name is Omega Jones again, also known as Critical Bard across all social media channels. I have been Agwè, your Sea Elf Dragon Rider. Shout out to the Game Master's Guide to Legendary Dragons, written by Luke Gygax. This is where this class comes from. You're going to see a lot of really cool things come out of this this awesome class. So thank you again. I'll pass it back over to Tanner.
I would also just like to thank Nate, who is our tech in call with us.
He's doing wonderful as they learn.
Doing a wonderful job,
Man,
learning as he goes. It's very good.
as we all do.
But I am Tanner, pronouns he, they. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Mithril Warlock. And I was everything else this session.
You were 3 different gods.
I was 3 different gods, and a few ghosts, a fish.
A fish.
Amazing.
And I think with that, we'll go ahead and close up. Our next session is the 30th, correct?
Yes, it's going to be November 30th. Same time,
So
same
we
place.
will- Same time, same place. We will be
The
back.
30th, not the 23rd?
We will discuss this. We will discuss this off the call. We will be back eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and wrap up there.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, I'm popping in here as well to say thank you so much for watching, everybody. We have a little animation that I'm going to play here at the end, and I will let the wonderful cast get on with their night. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Farewell.